The Artemis program aims to take humans to Moon and make a base camp there for long-term exploration, eventually paving way for humans to go to Mars. Landing on the Moon would just be the first step for the Artemis program, as NASA plans to make Moon the stepping stone of its journey to Mars and then further exploration of deep space. Eugene Cernan holds the record to be the last person to have been on the Moon in 1972. But not for long, as the Artemis program seeks to take humans to the Moon for the first time in over 5 decades, perhaps as early as 2025. The Artemis program comprises of 3 missions, the first of which was supposed to be launched on Monday but was postponed. Artemis I will send the Space Launch System, SLS, rocket into space to mark the beginning of the Artemis program. It is the world's most powerful rocket. Artemis I is an uncrewed mission to test the functioning of the rocket. The SLS rocket will carry the Orion spacecraft on its nose. The rocket will drop Orion into space, where it will travel past the Moon and cover 1.3 million miles before splashing down on Earth at the end of its 42 days journey. There will be 3 human models in the spacecraft, one of which will be in the commander's seat. These 3 models will be fitted with sensors to check how the unprecedented space journey would affect the human body. It will help prepare for crewed missions in the next 2 stages of Artemis program. Artemis II will be the first crewed flight test of the SLS rocket and the Orion spacecraft around the Moon, according to NASA. Artemis II will make a journey similar to Artemis I but with humans. It would make history, as it would take humans to their farthest point yet in space. Astronauts on their first flight aboard NASA's Orion spacecraft will travel farther into the solar system than humanity has ever traveled before, said NASA. The mission can be launched in 2024 and will pave the way for Artemis III, which would finally land humans on the Moon. Artemis III will make history by landing humans on the Moon for the first time in over 5 decades, with astronauts following the footsteps of Eugene and 11 men before him. The landing on the Moon, however, is not the final goal, but a mere stepping stone of much more ambitious endeavor. Unlike previous Moon missions, the Artemis III is not a brief exploratory expedition. It aims at establishing a long-term presence on Moon, which would be the stepping stone in the journey to Mars. The NASA will set up a base camp on Moon, which would allow robots and astronauts to explore more and conduct more science than ever before. The program is therefore much more than merely sending humans on Moon. It is extending human presence from Earth to Moon, and it could possibly be the first step in turning the human race into an interplanetary species.